Rose Dragon in Dragon Link. That's not something that we've seen in quite some time. P.U.N.K is back at it again. Plunder Patrol, and it looks like some other friends are here as well. Make sure you guys smash that crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out more awesome content. What happens when we get the chance to reminisce about the Rock Rose Dragon that we've all kind of have known and missed over quite some time? Well, he actually kind of reminds me of how Fibrax plays. It's amazing that this card is still limited to 1 in the TCG, and I'm actually probably happy that this is, because thinking about the combo extensions that you could go through with this is actually kind of insane. So Sonny has a crazy in-depth tutorial on his channel for this list, and the amount of moving pieces that they talk about with this list is actually incredibly interesting. I already know that somebody's gonna be like, 60 cards, like, do we really need to push through with this? Yes, 60 is the thing that makes this doable, but you've also got to remember with how most of this is going to go. I mean, if things don't go your way, you can also set up the Horus package and do your thing. You also got to remember the Horus package is going to set up for some very big, you know, combo lines along the way here. Also, this deck, you know what my saying is, Psychic and Punisher just ruins the game. Nah, this card is actually incredibly good. I also see that we're citing an additional copy of Branded Regained as well. This is actually really cool to see as a tech choice for this. So overall, watch the video. Check out the combo lines that this deck has to offer and the uniqueness that all of these engines coming together. This is what I would call the pinnacle of degenerate Dragon Link at this point in time. Like, it is actually interesting. All right, next up here we have Plunder Patrol. I feel like Plunder Patrol at this point in the format has just been kind of quiet. It's not like the deck has really lost anything, hasn't really gained anything either, if that makes sense. The deck kind of struggles with some of the meta, but this build actually kind of overcame a lot of the meta. One interesting thing I do see here is we are kind of shaving off the right of Armesias. You are opting to play 2 with the triple Water Enchantress. It's not like the Water Enchantress can't go Searcher. The only thing you're risking with the Water Enchantress on the hard end of things is, oh no, it got stopped. Oh boy, well, there's your ashes gone for the turn, so I'll go ahead and continue along with my day. Like, that's the main takeaway that I get from this is, you know, if your opponent is actually going to stop this. But it's also another level 3 that you can, you know, also beam onto the field and kind of move along the combo lines of Plunder Patrol for some of the setup. Other interesting things I would see here. Keep in mind that we're not playing Emblem. We're not doing any of the other real spells that kind of get ramped into this. You shaved off a lot of that stuff, and you've got the deck down at a very strong 40 cards. You can tell this is one of those lists that you look at and you go, all right, this is extremely optimized. All right, this handles pretty much everything that you want it to at this point. All of your terrible matchups get rounded out. It takes care of all of the real bad stuff that I think that the meta is going to throw at it. You've got triple Fenrir. I know some people, you know, the people that try to play 2 Fenrir in this deck, I feel like you're doing it wrong at this point. Like, you wanna maximize your numbers and make sure that you're able to get the deck going as quickly as possible. And once again, you have that all presented to you with this build, so incredibly strong. I like what I'm seeing. Good stuff. All right, hopefully we'll see more Plunder Patrol ship up here. Next up here, man, we actually have our... Man, I just said that Psychic and Punisher ruins the game, and then you know what I get thrown at me? A Psychic and Punisher turbo deck. So this is standard P.U.N.K good stuff. You're pretty used to seeing this at this point, right? But this build is actually sporting off the Horus cards. You know, the last time we saw the P.U.N.K package showed up, it was with those pesky gold pride monsters. Yarg, 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 yarg. Out here trying to, you know, capitalize, make the Synchro plays, the rank 3s as well, the gold pride was wanting to see. But now, you know, it's a different ball game because now we can Synchro up. All right, with Fenrir, we're making 10s. Okay, well, yeah, that's pretty standard. I mean, and then you get access to the Amazing Dragon and Psyche-Ion Punisher on the other end of things. Also, you know, your Horus package into the Giant Trainer gets this deck some free net advantage. And it's not like, you know, oh, congratulations. You know, we can go ahead and start comboing on up into some very interesting other little lines down along the way here. So I like what I'm seeing. I like the re-engineer ability that you get with the P.U.N.K package. You know, the combo lines, the deck thinning, and then you can further set up through Horus and do your thing, because you're probably going to toss this at your opponent and go, sup, you gonna blow your ash, you know? Your opponent's probably going to take the bait, and then you just upsetty them, and they're just like, oh, now they're all upsetty. That's the that's the power lines that you get with this deck. So good stuff. I'm happy to actually see this doing well. Next up here we have, man, Fenrir really is a problem. So back on the topic of our Horus package. For this build, you know, we decided that we wanted to go ahead and gut out all those P.U.N.K cards. We're going to go ahead and play some Phantom Knight cards. You know, this is a little bit more acceptable, right? You know, you get those stupid Phantom Knights down in the graveyard, you start banishing them things, you start getting all this advantage. You call Rusty Bardiche up on the phone, you tell him to get his butt out here on the field, and then you tell him he's going to be useful now because he's going to start setting some of them trap cards for you, so you can start once again swinging the advantage tree for your deck. Did you catch all of that? Because that is the experience of playing this deck. It's just the constant snowball of advantage that you want to see, and it sets up beautifully. Also, I mean, they got the deck down to 40 cards. Honestly, I'm more impressed that this format has been, you know, you can go over 40 and be fine. And then you look at these 40 card polished builds. This is another one of those that looks extremely polished up. Your danger package, so small, but it gets the job done. Once again, you see that double Rite of Armisia versus the triple Water Enchantress, which, I mean, most people are like, hey, you know, you can fire this, but you risk losing to the Droll and Lockbird, and, you know, you don't really lose to it. But it's, you know, if you fire this to start this line and they draw you, you're just like, well, you know, this package is worthless. Next up here, Mathmech. Oh, boy. You know, you don't see a lot of Mathmech out here anymore, honestly. I'm more impressed that it does tend to show up every once in a while. Now, we still are doing the Firewall plays. I don't know why you're trying to play this deck without going down the Firewall lines, because it is the thing that, you know, keeps this deck, you know, consistent at this point. Ever since we lost Mathmech Circular down to 1, this deck has had some issues. Now, there were a couple builds that showed up recently that were cutting back on some overall. I don't know why you would want to cut back on the card that literally searches the entire deck. Like, this basically is the part that brings the entire deck together and goes, hey, you know, you can actually play the game here. And if you start to cut that out, I feel like you're just asking for consistency issues. You're also on 40, which most of the moving pieces should be working in your favor, correct? Like, as long as everything moves and goes in your favor, you should be absolutely fine. So once again, I like what I'm seeing. The Spirit package helps this deck out immensely. Also, you know, to get into some cheese Alan version to go get, you know, combo started. Yeah, the deck works perfectly fine. That is the Mathmech experience right now. Deck hasn't really changed, I feel like. You just adjust your tech choices. Next up here we have, oh, hey, we have more of this. Well, seeing that somebody decided that they wanted to play a True Awakening today, which I think is fine. Honestly, True Awakening does kind of help out the deck a little bit. I also see that we're playing an Exciton Knight and the Glass Goddess. Okay. And we're playing Baguska. So this build's actually got some rank 4 ideas built into it as well. Is this like an emergency button? Something went wrong? You know, like I'm stuck on like to Primera or something, because I feel like that'd be the idea of wanting to have, you know, this reverse engineer package. You know, oopsie daisy, something actually went wrong, but okay, I'll take it. You know, it's, once again, it's the little ideas like this that kind of help bring this deck together, at least in the form of consistency. Also, you can also technically make Zoroa, so, you know, the little ideas along the way that you're getting with the little Mattis's package actually can be explored. So that's kind of cool. So what do you guys think about these interesting decks? Please, leave a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think. I'll see your beautiful faces back here later today, guys. Peace out. Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.